What the fuck? What did we do? Is it because we were showing clips?
I'm guessing they cracked it at that, yeah.
Fuck them. Fuck YouTube. You know what? I fucking hate YouTube. We really need to find a new fucking platform. By the way, I think we're back on YouTube right now.
Hey, we're back. Good to know. Hi, YouTube.
I think so, anyway. What a joke, man, you know? So, anyway, I hope that we get to record this stream as well because I'm uploading it. I don't care about your guidelines, YouTube, even though they said we'll get a strike. And if we do get a strike, I don't think we can get monetized, but are we going to? Because let's face it, our channel sucks. Yeah. So, anyway, let's keep going. I guess we'll refrain from showing clips for a bit. See if that fake. Maybe I said something. Did I say anything bad? Did I say cunt?
I don't think we did say anything bad for once.
I didn't say
cunt.
Which
is unlike us.
I wouldn't say cunt.
Whoops.
I wouldn't say cunt on a live stream. That's like, no, I wouldn't say cunt, man. We're going to get kicked from YouTube in a minute. It's just going to be like, nah, fuck this. So let's get back to our chat. You know, I didn't mean to be a cunt. So, Scream 2, man. What did you think about the twist at the end compared to the first one?
I don't think it was. I think the bigger kind of twist to me was not so much the reveal of the killers, but finding out that Mrs. Loomis was who she was. From instead of just being the reporter.
Debbie Salt.
Yes, it's kind of like a twist within a twist. What a twist!
What's it? She's the whatever Connor from Meet the Connors movie.
Oh, is it Rebecca?
Oh, who cares?
Roseanne's sister.
Yeah, that bitch. So, do you know what annoys me? Do you know what annoys me about these movies? They always pick the cool dude to be the killer. Think about it. Who's the best in the first movie? Stu, without a question. Who's the best in the second movie? Mickey, without a question. Except they break the mold with that with Scream 3.
Ah, Jackie. That was Jackie. Thank you, Loz.
That is right. Jackie, that's right. Now, Jackie. I can just picture Roseanne saying it.
Yeah.
Well, that
went
well.
I get Rebecca from?
The Roseanne return went well, didn't it?
She's back as well. You can't cancel me in comedy.
Hey, you said cunt then. You can't cancel me. Look, YouTube, come after him. I didn't say it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say cunt on a live stream. So I think that this twist at the end sucked. I thought the reveal really sucked. I didn't want it to be Mickey. I like Mickey. But then again, it's very weird too how we didn't put it together when you watched this through the first time. Because do you remember when like Gail and Dewey are like about to fuck in the the class, and then like that TV starts playing with like the footage that has been filmed around campus, and then you realize that Mickey was holding a camera that entire time? I don't know how we didn't put it together when you watch it through, because you're like, huh, someone was filming. You don't even think like, oh, Mickey was holding a camera, which is weird, don't you think? Hey, if anyone out there did notice it when they first watched it through and they were like, hey, Mickey, like, tell us. Because if you did, you're smarter than me. Yeah. Which, you know what? You don't even have to tell us. We know you're smarter than me. And with that, let's get on to the best one that I can't wait to discuss.
Scream
3. Now, this movie is the definition of dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is horrible, this movie. This is so bad, dude.
Do you know how many times I've seen this movie?
How many?
Twice. See, everyone hates it.
I'd say it's probably the one. I'd probably say it's one of the ones I've seen the most, and I don't know why, because I fucking hate it.
I saw it at the cinema and then was like, nope, and didn't see it again until last year.
Dude, that movie was going to be so much better than it turned out to be because it was completely a different story. And then what happened? Those assholes that shot up their school, Columbine, those fucking clowns, ruined media for like that whole 2 years afterwards. And everyone was like, we can't make things that are too violent. So they made Scream 3, which is why it was so bad. Because the original plan was to bring Stu Marker back from the first one in 3. And he was going to be the killer. And then, I don't know what happened, but it was too violent or whatever. And Columbine, obviously, clowns shooting up schools, ruined it. So, and that's why we got the bullshit narrative of, I'm your brother, Sydney. Roman. Fuck out of here, you dog. I hate Roman. He was the worst. Like, what a... Dude, think about the backstory, the convoluted backstory that he has to go through when he reveals why he's the killer. Like, if it needs that much explanation, that was a bad decision, man. You know why I'm the killer? Because my mom ditched me and loved you and I was without a sister. Hey, that's already too long. What did you like about Scream 3?
Very little. I can't actually recall anything in that movie that I went, whoa, that's cool. That's done something better. It was just, it felt almost like a satire of itself. Like
It was.
Yeah.
It was so bad, dude. Like, I'm just thinking on it now of like how it runs. What is with the ghost of Sydney's mum?
Yeah.
Walking through the thing, scratching her nails and shit. Sydney! Ooh. I reckon the only scary part in that movie, and it's not even scary, it's more just like, sort of like, creepy, is the bit when it's meant to be her mum's dead body under the bloody sheet, standing there talking to her. That's it. Other than that, this movie is so boring.
And it's almost slapstick in some parts.
Dude, it's terrible. Like, I'm so glad, though, they didn't go with the idea of that. Who's that chick that was, like, in the toilets with the ghost face mask and the cell phone and shit? Like, dude, I'm so happy they didn't make her the killer because they were going to.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
They just pulled all these people out of the weeds of, like, oh, yep, his sister. This person from the first one, this person, and there's all these people like, yeah, you don't know me, but I'm their like long lost cousin or whatever, and it's like, and then you got that security guard that was like the dude from Seinfeld, and also on The Emperor's New Groove and shit.
Yeah,
he's like cool, he's awesome in it, funny as. No, I don't think so. But dude, think about this: how tame this movie was compared to the first two, like. All the kills were off screen nearly. I mean, we got shitty ones like the guy blowing up, reading the fucking the facts or whatever. That dude, can you imagine standing there? Everyone's like, "Get out! Like you're gonna die!" And he's like, "No, I've got to read it." 60 seconds, just like printing itself out. You know what I mean? And then he's just like. The person that dies is whoever lights the match. How did Ghostface know that this cunt was going to light a lighter and not turn on the torch? Like, we're reaching here, you know?
Plot armor. It's a great thing.
Yeah. And, yeah, what about how it turns into like a Scooby-Doo mystery halfway through at Roman's mansion? There's all these like secret doors, and then they find his like dead body in that like cool thing, and they even feel his pulse. And they're like, he's dead. And next thing he's like, I'm alive, and I'm your brother from like 20 years ago, and your mum didn't give a fuck about me, and fuck her, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, but you know what was cool? The addition of the digital voice change.
Yes.
Well, at the start, where he's like, all I wanted you to do was tell me where Sydney was, and now. You die, or whatever it is. Like, you know, that was like dope. That was dope. Actually, I don't mind that premise too. Having not just the Ghostface's voice on that thing, but being able to change it to whoever you want.
Yeah. Where are they getting this technology from, though? Like,
Dude, you still can't buy one of those. I've
Exactly.
looked into it. You can buy a voice changer and it'll change your voice or whatever. You've got apps that'll do it, but not as efficiently as they make it out in this thing. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you could literally ring up and be like, "Oh, I'm George Bush, George W. Bush." People will be like, "Hey, it's a fucking president." Like, you know? But yeah, like, I actually don't mind elements to that opening scene.
I think it's probably maybe the best bit of the movie, to be honest.
100%. Like when he's like on, like, now open the door because I want to see what I want to fucking see what your insides look like, Christine, or whatever. You know that? Like, I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm just playing the game. What game? The game. You know, the game of I want to see your fucking insides, babe. Fucking, like, yeah. I don't know, man. I like that opening. Yeah, Steve. I'm sorry. We don't mean to bag your movie out. We're glad you're joining us. Thank you for joining us, Steve. Scream 3, I just think is the worst in my opinion. Is the worst. Like, and I'm not meaning to sound like an arsehole. I just think it is so less than the other two. And even in the future installments, I still think it's less. You know? I just think that they had to make too many sacrifices for the script of that movie because of the Columbine shooting, which they should have just not made the movie. Just waited. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't do the original idea that you were intending on doing, which is probably the route you should have gone, don't change it and make it work around your shit to squeeze this movie in and then make it junk. You know what I mean? Because as I said, I'm not a big fan of the sequel either, but I still think the sequel does a good job of holding up the franchise. You know what I mean? But anyway.
Absolutely.
Scream 3, look, it's not a bad movie. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a bad movie. Like, it's entertaining. It's not like it's terrible. But
it's not Halloween Ends.
It's not Halloween Ends. Let's put that out straight away. Guess what? There's no movie as bad as Halloween Ends.
Except for Morbius.
No. I haven't even seen Morbius, and guess what? Nope. You know why?
Why?
Because you got Morbius in the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
How much of Michael Myers did we get again?
Although, did you?
9 minutes? Fuck Halloween. Fuck Halloween Ends, man. We're not bringing it up again. You're gonna make. Oh, what were you talking about, Steve? You said no, not number 3. We want to interact with the chat. So,
yes,
everyone else that's not Steve, get in on the conversation with us. What were you talking about? Number 4, number 3, number 2? When we're just about to get to number 4. Number 2 is pretty good. Number 1, definitely the cream of the crop, in my opinion. But yeah, look, let's not talk about 3 anymore. We've come too far on that movie. Trash. So let's get into Scream 4. Now, we had a giant gap in between Scream 3 and Scream 4. I mean,
10 years, isn't it?
Well, we got 1996 Scream 1, 1997 Scream 2, 2000 Scream 3. Then 2011. So 11 years later, we got Scream 4. And you know what I find weird about this movie? How underrated it is. I think Scream 4 is really good.
Yeah, I remember I watched it once prior to last year and was like, But then on rewatch, I agree.
Oh, Alana's just fucking disappeared. Well, I guess I'm just here by myself. So, guys, fuck, Alana's come back, would you? There you go.
Ha! I actually didn't mean to do that, but yeah.
Hey, just go with it.
I mean, difficulties happen, right? I mean,
yeah. Look at this show off.
Please stand by.
I wonder if we're going to get struck for that as well.
Oh, bro, if we get another one, we've already been kicked off the air once. Live and kicked off the air. So, Scream 4, I think heavily underrated. Now, this movie, like, legit bombed when it came out. this was supposed to trigger a whole new trilogy of Scream. So Scream 4, Scream 5, Scream 6. And it didn't do good. It was like, dude, it did worse than Scream 3.
I'm kind of surprised. I think maybe I don't know. I think I can actually remember at the time when I saw it, no, when it came out rather than, I can remember myself, I was like, really? Another one? So I think it might have had a little bit around that. I think it maybe might have even suffered a little because of the third movie.
You know what I do got to say though is the opening is a little weird.
Yeah, the whole movie within a movie thing. I wasn't a fan of that.
It would have been fine if it was a movie within a movie, but it was a movie within a movie within a movie within a movie, and it just kept going.
Yeah, it Batman.
But when the actual kill does happen, like the proper one, I reckon it's dope. Like when he's just hammering her on the couch with the knife. Like it's the most brutal you've seen Ghostface up until that point, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what did you think about, like, dude, I think this movie is fucking awesome. Like, I think back on this movie and like we're re-ranking our movies tonight. Now, Alana's already fucked up his order, but I can tell you right now that Alana's ranking as of last year was Scream 2022, Scream 1, then I'm going to go with Scream 2, Scream 4, Scream 3. Yeah?
Yes.
Mine was the same. And I guess what? I'm not going to say anything, but it's changed. A lot's changed. We'll get that. We'll get there at the end. So,
I mean, you love Scream 3, right?
You know what I love about this movie is how Jill almost gets away with it. Like, this is the closest we've gotten to a killer getting away with it. You know what I mean? Like, she made it to the hospital. She was like thinking she was all good. She thought Sydney was dead. And then when she found out Sydney wasn't dead in that hospital, she went nuts and tried to kill her in the hospital. And that's what I loved was how she was throwing herself against the fucking wall in the house as well to make it look like she'd been fucking like just beaten the shit out of by Ghostface. Like it was like brutal, but also like captivating to watch this chick just fucking hammer herself, you know? And it was weird. What do you think about? I still can't believe that I only worked out last time we watched through it that was Macaulay Culkin's brother, Charlie.
Yeah, I know, right?
I couldn't believe it. I was like, why does this person look so familiar? And then I was watching like a retrospective on it or something, and they're like fucking Kieran Culkin or whatever his name is. And I was like, what? Culkin? Like Macaulay Culkin? You know what I mean? Like, couldn't believe it, bro. And he looked so much like Macaulay Culkin, just with long hair.
Yeah.
That's how Macaulay Culkin should have looked like in The Good Son.
I agree, actually.
And a little bit trivia for everyone at home. No one probably knows this fact. Bet you no one knows this except for a few people. I was the owner of the real costume from Scream 4. The one used on Scream. I paid $6,000 for this thing. I had the cloak, the mask, a photo signed by Neve Campbell, everything. So that's a little bit of trivia for you that I was one of the owners of the actual Scream used costume. And I'm pissed off I don't own it anymore. But I don't own a lot of things that I once owned, man. And, you know, that all goes back to 6 years ago, and we can blame that on all on methamphetamines. So, but yeah, you got to do what you got to do, you know. So, I mean, what did you think about the reveal of this? And did you see the killer coming in this one? Because in this one, I feel like this one did probably the best job of eluding you completely of who was going to be the killer.
Yeah, I definitely didn't really hint anything to me. Like the other ones, you kind of like for example with Billy, you kind of like you've got
there's something about him, isn't it? He's creepy. There's already like messages thrown in, like, should you trust this guy? Shouldn't you trust this guy? Kind of thing. Mickey in the second one seems so like fun and jovial and whatever, you know what I mean? And then the third one, who gives a fuck? It's Roman, like Scooby-Doo bullshit. And then
the
we got
fifth one
this.
as well. You've got the boyfriend in that, where you also again you're like, you're not quite right, but that seems too obvious. But
Yeah. And in this one, I didn't feel that way. Like, it was a genuine surprise to be like, oh, it was Jill. And then you're like, and it was him. Like, it was genuinely strange because remember there was that jock dude in it as
Yeah.
well? And that he was kind of the red herring, I think. Would you say?
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. This movie, if you guys haven't seen Scream 4 in a while, people that are watching, people that are going to watch this, go check it out. Watch it again. Give it another chance because I think it's got some really fucking good parts in it. Like, what was that? When the chick's walking through the car park? She get to her car, like the triple story car park, and she was like, Gail Weathers' book agent or whatever.
Yeah.
He gets fucking destroyed. Oh, and weird. We haven't talked about the limp yet. The Dewey limp.
Ah, yes. That goes away and comes back, and
Dude, what is with his limp, bro? Like, at the end of the first movie, he gets stabbed in the back and shit, and he's like, obviously gets like nerve damage and can't walk properly and shit. In the second one, he's fully walking crippled. In the third one, it's nearly non-existent. In the fourth one, it's kind of there every now and then. And then in the fifth one, it's just not there at all. Like, did he grow this nerve back? Did. Like, what the fuck, man? He's like literally like hobbling, like in the second one, like fucking Dr. Loomis in Halloween, you know, like, and then fucking, yeah, and then he's just not there, not limping anymore. Fucking weird, man. Just weird decision. And the theme song for Dewey as well sucks.
do 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 do.
It's terrible, man. It's so bad.
They better make a cameo return for a character in the next.
Dude,
movie.
remember when they did it on Scream 5 and me and you were in the cinema and we started laughing? And you were like, oh, you went, I didn't think they'd do it. Like, that was like what we would been waiting for. We're like, come on, Dewey song.
I'm still upset they didn't have like a melancholy version of it when he died.
Yeah. Hey, side note, he's so weird in real life, that guy, David Arquette.
David Arquette, yes. Yes, he
He's
is.
laughing and shit, like, and dude, who's that painter, Bob?
Oh,
The guy that paints like scenery on TV?
yeah.
You know that he is a trained one of those dudes? So, like,
Yeah.
he is a painter for that dude who goes around and gives, like, lessons on how to paint like that dude. So on the set of Scream 5, he was making everyone in the set, on like the actors, have a painting class with him so they could paint like Bob fucking whatever his name is. Or
Bob.
Gospers. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
Is it Bob? Bob, what
Guy.
is his name? There, the artist. Bob something. Fuck it. That guy.
Yeah. Rob Robertson.
Yeah. Good old Bobby, you know? All right, so with that, is there anything else you want to say about Scream 4 before we move on to Scream 5?
Not at all. I think we have touched on that nicely.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything I really liked that we missed out. Oh, man, the killing of the cops was pretty brutal out the front too.
Bob
Bob
Ross.
Ross! Thank you. That's
Yes, thank you.
it. Lauren, you're just fucking correcting all the shit with us tonight, which is good. Because usually me and Alanis would just go, fuck it, we can't be bothered and skip over it, you know what I mean?
But I mean, Bob Robertson is also pretty close. It's
Yeah, our good mate Bobby Rossi, you know?
mean,
Fucking Bob.
same name pretty much, just spelt and pronounced differently.
Robbie Rossi. All right, so Scream 5. That gets to Scream 5 already. We're already there, Alanis. Scream 5. Give me your thoughts.
This was, well, I think we said I put it at the top last time around. And it is, I think the only thing I don't like about this movie was, one, the trailer giving away Dewey's death. That I think would have had a lot more impact if I didn't predict that. And the opening. I don't like that the kill wasn't a kill; it was just a stabbing, and they lived the entire movie.
Wasn't there more than one that lived too? Wasn't it like the first couple of kills that like there'd be 3 attacks, no one dead yet, or something like
Yeah.
that?
Because you had the chick. Oh no, because then you had the dude at the bar that gets killed in the car park. I think it's the second kill.
Yeah, you're right. I think.
Yeah.
And that guy was meant like, dude, that guy stuck around for fuck all time, and in the trailers and stuff, they made him look like the most dodgy motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he was like this loser that had a knife at the bar and shit, and went outside for a piss, and like no one liked him anyway. But like, God, they were like, oh, look at this guy, setting him up for like this shit, and then like 10 minutes later, he's fucking dead in the car park. You know what I mean?
And there's a connection with him as well. He was Stu's, some relation to Stu or something, wasn't he? Like,
I don't think so, because Stu's related to, I don't know. Well, Randy's relation is the African American chick, the new one that's like the new Randy, yeah?
Yeah.
So Stu is, because they're at Stu's house at the end, and that guy's dead already. So
Yeah.
who is living at the house there that they're connected to?
The killer, the chick that gets cooked, she lives at that house.
Amber.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Like, dude, I couldn't remember that. Like, that's crazy. I thought it was that other chick that was like a red herring as well, with like
the one getting shot.
with like the red hair or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that reveal was pretty fucking crazy though.
Yeah.
Where she runs in and she's like, "Fuck you, Amber! Oh, you fucking! I'm not the killer, fucking!" And she goes, "No, you're not the killer." And just blows her fucking brains out.
What?
But you know what annoyed me was I liked, Vince. That's right, Vince. That was that cunt's name in the that man's name in the car park. Vince. Yeah. So
That's Jive Turkey.
yeah. Yeah, that's weird, man. I kind of. This is another one where I kind of wish Richie wasn't. Richie wasn't the killer in this too. You know.
Yeah.
Dude, and you know, I think that they gave away that it was Amber way too easily in this movie. Like, they almost pushed you there. You know what I mean? Like, the first thing that happens, she's on the phone to Amber, whatever, and she texts, and then it's like, coming from Amber's phone, it's like, it's not Amber. And you're like, I think the killer's Amber. You know what I mean? Because it's like so on the nose. You know, like, I almost felt like the previous movies didn't push you in a certain direction as hard as they did with this one.
And why did they I don't know, it's a weird decision, isn't it? Like,
yeah, like they gave it away very easily. Like, I was like the whole time, I'm like, well, it's clearly Amber. But the second killer was the one that for me was like, I'm not sure. So that was a surprise for me. But you remember, I said to you before we went to the movies to see it, I reckon Amber's the killer.
Yeah.
So when it happened and I found out it was Amber, believe me, you'd think I'd be going, yeah, I got it right. I was disappointed as fuck that I got it right.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm hoping me and you aren't right about Scream 6. Stu was also the boyfriend of Tatum Riley, ex-boyfriend of Casey Becker, and younger brother of Leslie Marker, and at least one other possible younger sister or niece. So Vince wasn't related, yeah?
No.
Oh, wait.
How
And
did you connect with them?
yeah. Weird.
I'm sure there's a connection. I will look.
Yeah, look it up while I basically say what I thought finally on Scream 5, which is I think the movie really was good. I actually really enjoyed Scream 5. And as I said, last rankings, mine and Alanis' first choice of Scream movie was Scream 2023, followed by Scream 2, followed by Scream. No, that's yours. Followed by Scream 2, Scream 4, and then Scream 3. Mine was Scream 1996, Scream 4, I believe, Scream 2, Scream 3. I think. Look, it was over a year ago. But that's roughly, you know. And before we get into our predictions and our thoughts on the new movie coming out within 4 days, let's re-rank these.
Okay, Vince was Stu's nephew.
See, this is what I mean, man. They're just pulling cunts out of the weeds. You know, they're just like, yeah, he's Stu's nephew. You know, like,
My cousin's dog's auntie's nephew's third removed cousin's brother.
my brother's brother. So your brother. So yeah, Alanis, where would you rank these movies now? Same?
I would put. I think I'm going to stick with my fuck up and keep the first one at the start. I still think Scream 5 is a strong movie. I'm going to put that second. Then we'll go 2, 4, 3.
His nephew was also Vince. There you go. Yeah, you were right. Whatever, Alanis, you're always right. I'm always wrong. Fuck you, Alanis. So yeah, you're going to stick with your horrible decisions, yeah?
Yeah.
So quickly for the audience, you want to say what your rankings are?
I will put it at Scream 1 as number 1. Scream 5 is number 2. Scream 2 at number 3. These numbers are weird to rattle off like that. Scream 4 at number 4.
No, that's right.
Scream 3 at 5.
Okay. I am going to turn the tables on my rankings as so from last time. Scream 4.
What's a twist?
Scream 4 at the top for me. Rewatched it recently. Most gory Ghostface so far. The one that had the least expecting of who the killer was going to be. Of course, it didn't reach the heights like the opening did with Drew Barrymore. Like it did with characters like Stu. It didn't reach those heights, obviously. But as a slasher movie, I have to put number 4 at number 1. If number 1 had more in it, like the opening scene through the whole movie, there's no way that would say it number 1. You know what I mean? So for me, my ranking goes Scream 4, number 1. Scream, number 2. Scream 2022, number 3. Scream 2 at 4, and then Scream 3 at number 5.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because Scream 3 deserves to be in the trash. And Alanis is fucked off again. Listen, I don't know who you think you are. What the fuck? That was unexpected. I applaud you for that.
He might disturb us back.
I gotta give you credit where credit's due. Hey, if you're gonna go in your costume, I better get in mine. Just so happens that mine actually matches, bro. Hey, look, we just had a twist, bro. We're the killers of this episode. Oh,
Yeah.
anyone that I killed, I did it out of pure sexual fantasies. I get off.
I just did it because I like to stab. I mean,
Yeah,
Stabby.
Stabbing's fun. So, let's get into the finale of our live stream. Our first live stream in over a year. Let's talk about some Scream 6 predictions. Predictions of all sorts. I want box office. I want story. I want whatever you want to predict. Go for it, Alana. And
I'm going to stick with my... It's sweaty under that. I'm going to stick with my prediction. The Kirby is going to be... I don't know. I think this movie is going to lead into the final movie. I'm going to say that maybe Kirby's a killer, or maybe she's a third killer. And kind of, we finally have one where there's a surviving killer that's doing the whole...
That's what I was about to say. I'm hoping. Look, we all need a reveal at the end of Scream. Like, that's just what those movies are. So to go to the movies and not get a reveal at all would be a little, I think, disappointing for a lot of people because you're like hanging on to find out. And then if people have to wait a year or whatever, some people are going to be pissed. So I think you're right, where they do reveal a killer or whatever in this new movie. But I do think we get our first ever killer that makes it to the next movie.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because look, we talked about how we didn't like how they changed up the beginning with Tara and they didn't have a death and she survived compared to all the others and stuff. That was a change. And I think that they're going to do that same, that's what they're going to do at the end of this one. They're going to have to change the formula somehow. That's the only thing I can think that they haven't done.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen a fan script where the formula is changed, and let's hope they don't do that. Could say it was scary.
I can't even, man. I can't even. I can't even, you know. Fuck. Fuck that guy. Don't worry, we're not talking about you.
We're talking about Bob Robertson.
Yeah, Bobby. Bob Costas. Okay, so my prediction for Scream 6, I'm going to go that it has a better box office result than Scream 2022. What about you?
I think it will. I think the last movie kind of redeemed the franchise a lot. I think it pulled it out of, like, 4 gets a bad rap. I think we can both agree on that, and it's. I'm not sure why. I think it suffered because of the third movie, but the last movie really pulled it out. I think people are going to be interested in this one. They're striking one the iron is really, really hot, which I think is the right move. I'm going to be surprised if this doesn't do well.
Well, they've already got a rough projection from pre-sale tickets and stuff like that. It's looking like it's going to be very successful. And we have, I don't know if you've heard, Alanis, early reviews have trickled out. Non-spoiler reviews. But they have all said that it is the best Scream sequel to date.
Ah.
They've said it's the most fun. They said it's the most brutal. They said it's got a lot of kills. They said Ghostface ain't holding anything back.
And it's in 3D.
Hey, wait. I'm bringing some glasses back. They're going to make an appearance. Wait, 1 second. Do you remember when I was fucking cool, still am, just not as cool, wore these?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bringing these back.
Yeah.
Cameo appearance from my fucking shit glasses. So, I've heard that this movie's going to be really good. We're seeing Scream 6 in 3D. Yep. You heard right. 3D. This is what my 3D glasses look like. Whoa. Yeah, it's also showing in 4DX. Hey, Lauren, if you're still watching, can you do some fact checking for us? Can you find out if 4DX includes 3D? Because that's the reason we didn't book 4DX. Is because we couldn't find out if it was going to include 3D, which to me makes no fucking sense. You would make a 4D movie, not 3D. What do you think about that? Do you think that's fucking weird?
I think, yeah, I agree. I don't understand why they wouldn't be having that in 3D when I'm pretty sure. Oh god, that was weird. When Ant-Man in 4DX was in 3D.
Yeah, that was. It's like, I can't remember. There was a movie that was showing on 4DX that was in 3D, had the option, and they weren't showing it. And I was like, why wouldn't you want 4DX? Because it makes it more of a like real life experience. So being 3D, wouldn't that make it add to it even more?
I want to know why seemingly we're the only country in the world that still don't regularly show things in 3D. It's,
dude, where do we have to go to see Scream 3D?
we have to go to the other side of the city.
Sunshine.
I'm talking to you, Village Cinema.
Yeah, listen.
Fuck you.
This is a PSA from me and Alanis to all cinema chains in Australia. Get your shit together. Offer us the option at least. If we want to see a fucking movie in 3D, offer a session a day. It's not hard. Like, dude, you know how many movies we went and saw that we could have seen in 3D? And we didn't know that you could have, there was even an option. Like, because we don't have it here. In America, they're like, oh, you can go see Jurassic World Dominion in 3D. Oh, Doctor fucking Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, 3D. Spider-Man, 3D. And then here we're like, hey, 3D session. They're like, nah. And now I know there's going to be a lot of people that chime in and say, that's because 3D sucks. And I'm going to heavily disagree with you. 3D is fucking rad. Done right.
Yeah.
As long as it's done right. If it's converted, if it's not shot in 3D, it sucks. But if it's shot in 3D, if it's the shots in the movie has taken into account how they should shoot it to make the 3D work the best, utilize it, nothing beats 3D. It's fucking rad. Like, I'm a big supporter of 3D still. And
It is the good.
I don't understand why
Good.
everyone just turned on it. Everyone was like, dude, we're seeing that in 3D. And then everyone was like, fuck 3D.
My friend got a headache, so I hate it too now.
Hey, if you got a headache while wearing 3D glasses, you bitch. You're a girl. Like, I'm not trying to say that in mean way to girls. Girls, you're probably a lot stronger than the girls I'm talking about that get headaches with the 3D glasses. I dug myself out of that one really quick. So 4DX cinemas can screen both 2D and 3D movies. If you're watching a 3D film in the 4DX cinema, you will also be required to wear the glasses. See, I get that, but that doesn't answer that. Is Scream gonna be 3D format in 4DX? Because while they said that it's an option to see it in 3D, I'm still unsure if it will go past the pre-screening thing of it being 3D, because that was meant to be a one-off event, this 3D screen, which is like pre-screening, press releases, things like that, media events, all get it in 3D. After that, though, that day, no chance. That's what I've heard anyway, except for 4DX in cinemas, if they're showing it in 3D there. I guess if they are fucking showing it in 3D there, well, I'm going to go see it a second time in 4DX.
And why? This is an interesting off-topic question. Why do normal cinemas have you just throw away your 3D glasses, but IMAX, unless you're me, ask for them back? Because I
Dude,
forgot to give
what
them
were with the IMAX 3D glasses too? It was like wearing fucking headgear.
Yeah, these.
They were so heavy, bro. Like, it was like wearing, like, look, dude, you look like you're a dentist. You're about to fucking...
I am a dentist.
You know how they wear those fucking glasses and shit? I don't know. Do
It's
they?
weird when you look through one eye at a time as well. Like,
Wait,
one's like...
yeah, I'm confused. Do the dentists wear glasses or do you wear the glasses because of the light?
As a patient, you wear the glasses.
I get that. Does the dentist too?
I hope not. When I go to the dentist, I usually
Lauren! Can you please find out if the dentists have to wear glasses too when they're working on your teeth, or if you just have to wear the glasses? And can you find out if they also show those dentist sessions in 4DX?
Yeah.
I want to get my tooth ripped out in 4DX. Ow! Ow!
A nice gut stabbing. You sitting
Yeah.
there.
That is our live Scream stream. Before we end it, we're going to wait for Lauren to answer us about the dentist question, because it's a burning issue. It's a hot topic. And we want to thank everyone for tuning in. We want to thank everyone for sticking through us getting kicked off YouTube for a little bit. Oh, wait. 4DX is the next step for movies, taking audiences on a journey into the full feature film, providing a revolutionary cinematic experience that stimulates all five senses.
Wait.
4DX features high-tech moving seats, special effects including wind, fog, water, and scents that synchronize perfectly with the action on screen to fully immerse you in the movie.
Does this mean you taste things as well?
That's what I want to know, man. It's like, what are we going to be smelling in the cinemas on screen? Like, if you go to 4DX and some cunt's getting gutted, what are we going to be smelling? Coffee or guts?
Yeah. You know the worrying thing about bad smells as well? When you smell it, it is in your body.
Dude, if you had the farts that roll you shit yourself that night, tell me you wouldn't just be like, it's the 4DX! It's the 4DX! It wasn't me!
I'll do it even if I wasn't in a 4DX.
What you're smelling there is 4DX. Ghostface just shit himself. Ghostface just shit himself. It wasn't me.
I'm going to do that in every cinema now.
Look, there's no proof either, because look, he's got a robot. You can't see if he shit himself. Fuck, we're dumb, man. I don't know why anyone watches us. But thank you if you do. So, my prediction is Scream 6 is going to be a banger. I think Scream 6 is going to be brutal. I think it's going to be fun. Can't wait to see it in 3D. And yes, Alanis, I will be dragging you to see it a second time if we find out that it is in 3D 4DX.
And I will shit myself in 4DX.
Yeah, and then blame it on 4DX.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think there's a kink in the technical stuff because it says that there's bubble gum on the screen, but I can just smell shit. They're like, sir, when we get close to you, that's when we can smell the shit. And you're like, I don't know, man. It must be the seat. 4DX.
This is crazy. Like,
and dude, what kind of cinema introduces something like 4DX but puts it in one theater?
and why do they put that theater in Glen Waverley?
Yeah, of all places. The Glenny kebabs. All right.
So, you boys off to see Scream, are you?
Oh, by the way, dude, have you seen that mural near
Yeah.
Glenny Kebabs or whatever where they've got like 50 Cent on the wall that has like long hair? Yoda, baby Yoda, someone else. And then they had Elon Musk on there. And now they've put his face like completely redded out because of all the shit going on with him at the moment. Dude, haven't you seen this mural? We're bringing this up if we can. Hold on. Glenn Kebabs mural. Dude, you're going to piss yourself, yeah? Because 50 Cent. It's got Danny DeVito, 50 Cent, Baby Yoda, and fucking Elon Musk, yeah?
How the
Dude,
fuck does Elon Musk even fit into that equation?
dude, you're going to die at this mural. Because, dude, I have so many questions, and we're going to answer those quickly, ready? Or at least ask them. Now, why does 50 Cent have that hair? Why is Baby Yoda wearing a Supreme jumper?
Why does Elon Musk kind of look like the dude that does Family Guy as well?
Oh, Seth MacFarlane, he does. Wait, and dude, I don't know if you can see properly, but we'll try and zoom up on it.
Why is this all over Google so much as well?
Dude, because it's the dumbest fucking thing in the world, bro. Anyway, it says here, look, the secret of get rich or die trying. Yo, what secret?
Yeah.
Why are we quoting 50 Cent with me? Oh, whatever. It was no. Look, Scream's great, but it was no 50 Cent blood in the sand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember that video game?
I don't think I ever played it, but
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. We apologize that we got kicked off YouTube. We're going to look into why we got kicked. It was either we said something offensive or it was because we were showing clips. But still, I think that showing a clip that's like a box on a fucking screen muted can hardly go for copyright, yeah? Like, who's coming to copyright it from us? Anyways, thank you everyone for tuning into our Scream live stream. Now, our review for Scream 6 is going to be out this coming Wednesday at 11:55 p.m. If we can get up earlier, we will, as we are going to see a pretty early session. But as we said, it's in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere in the western suburbs.
yeah.
What's it called? The Sun Theatre?
Yep.
Okay.
Disney Science Works.
Man, if we get there and it's a 3D TV, not a cinema screen, I'm going to be very Dude, have you been to like those small cinemas before? I went to Blairgowrie or some shit and went to the cinemas to see a movie, and it was on a TV screen in a hall.
Really?
What was it? Stuart Little. Trash! Get a better cinema. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to our live stream session. And I've been your host, Tommy West. Joining me, as always, has been my co-host, Alanis motherfucking Maximus. And we will see you on Wednesday with our Scream 6 review. Make sure you tune in.
It will be
We
good.
love, we love you all. And
It
Alanis,
will be riveting.
drop the Spanish fly.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.